Hello, welcome back to my eBay workbench over here. Tonight is Tuesday, June 3rd. It's about 8:30. I prefer to get down here a little earlier, but this has been quite a long night. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the experience of being a bad eBay buyer. So the other day I bought a bunch of vintage hats, baseball caps, and they're not really dirty or too messed up, but they have been sitting on top of each other and they're all crushed. And I was watching some videos on how to get them back into shape. And it seems like the recommendation is to use a steamer, like a clothes steamer, and then, shape the hat, steam it up a little bit. And then theoretically, you probably should have a hat for them, but I'm just going to do it by hand. So I wanted to get a steamer. I had one in my inventory, actually. I purchased it at a thrift store and I ended up selling it. And I thought maybe I should keep this for clothing or whatever else when I'm taking photos. Maybe I might want to steam some wrinkles out, but I sold it anyway. I think I probably paid $4 for it, sold it for 40 or something like that. Maybe I should have kept it. But I wanted to get one. I really just want a small one, the cheapest one I can get my hands on, because I don't think I'm going to be using it that much. And so I was going to get it on Amazon, and then I thought I might as well just look on eBay. So I found one on eBay, free shipping, $16. After taxes and everything, it was like 18 something, so pretty cheap. So I just pretty quickly put the order in, didn't pay too much attention to the listing really, or the buyer or anything like that. And then the sale went through, no problem. Credit card charge, no problem. And then I get the message from eBay saying this order will ship approximately on June 26th. So this was 2 or 3 nights ago. So I don't want to wait a month to get this thing. So I just looked back at it, saw that the buyer, or the seller rather, is in vacation mode and also has a pretty long handling time. And so I just said, I can just go to Target and buy. It might be a little bit more expensive, but I can just buy one of these at Target and have it in my hands right now. So I requested a cancellation. And I put the reason for the cancellation is it will not arrive on time. They give you, I don't know, 4 or 5 choices to choose for the cancellation. So I know it sucks as a buyer, I know what it feels like to get an order and then have it canceled right away. But it doesn't really mean that much. You feel a little disappointment. I thought I was going to sell this thing and then I didn't. So it does suck, and I recognize that, and I don't want to be that kind of a buyer, but this is not a situation. This is not a situation I'm going to stick by. I'm not going to wait a month to get this thing that I only paid $16 for. Anyway, shortly after I put their request in, the buyer sent me a message that says, "Hello, I received your cancellation request and you said I didn't deliver it on time. Isn't this a bit ridiculous? It's only been a few hours since you bought it. How can I deliver it to you within a few hours? We sell online and not offline." So this is a good example. Like, this isn't the worst kind of message that this seller could have sent, but it's not the best either. The best case scenario, the best situation, if you receive a request for cancellation, is just to cancel it. If you haven't packed it, if you haven't gotten the shipping label printed, if you haven't done all this work, it's not going to cost you anything except the disappointment. And I know it is disappointing. And so then I responded saying, I didn't see the estimated delivery date until I purchased it, and I need it before then. I know it sucks to lose a sale, and I'm sorry for the disappointment. So I kind of wanted to go on to say, you probably should get your customer service messaging in order, because you probably shouldn't call your customers ridiculous. So she did wait, I guess, 2 or 3 days before officially canceling. So I don't know if she was trying to punish me or what, but in the end, the order was canceled. I got my money back. I went to Target today and I bought a steamer, the exact same one, I think, and it was like $24 instead of 18 something. So I probably should have just done that in the first place, because I knew I wanted to get these hats. I already have the drafts I already have a lot of drafts on these hats written up, and so I want to be able to take photos, and I need to get the steamer to get these hats into condition to take pictures of them as soon as possible. So I'm sorry to, well, I'll just say Linda. This is how she signed her thing. I'm sorry, Linda. I do know that it sucks, and I apologize, but I do recommend you take a few minutes to cool down before replying to uncomfortable customers. Okay, that's it for now. We only have two orders today. It seems like the month is slowing down a little bit. So as I said, it's already at 8:30. It's been a long day already, and I want to get these orders picked from the inventory and packed up as soon as possible. So hang on for 1 second. Okay, we're back. Like I said, we just had the 2 orders tonight, but we did have 3 orders yesterday. That was Monday, and 3. I can't remember now if I did the Sunday night, but I'm gonna just mark. Well, I had a red marker that's in my pocket. I'm just gonna mark the Monday. 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 orders there. I thought things were gonna be picking up this month. When the first day of the month we had a pretty good sales day, but things have been slowing back down again. So hopefully we just keep moving on and things do well. We've got a beer sign here. This went out today. I'm gonna set that there, and then the only other thing is a CD. So let me get that in here. I already forgot the name of the artist, the band, and I just looked at it 1 second ago. Okay, Sunstorm. These are generally in alphabetical order in here, these CDs. Sunstorm. Okay, I don't sell a lot of CDs really, but if I can get them for free, and I got a stack of CDs for free the other day and got them all listed, they don't sell for much. I think this was $9.99 or $10.99. $10.99. So we're gonna pack it up in an envelope. I'm gonna put some cardboard on either side of it to protect it a little bit. And it'll get there just fine. This one actually needs a little extra. Nope. I'm just gonna use 2 pieces of cardboard. Be fine. Because I don't feel like cutting this to a different shape. I usually like, if the sides are open like this, to try to squeeze it so the CD doesn't slide to one edge or the other and get banged up. This is just going to go in one of these used Amazon bubble mailers. It's a little too long. Okay, I'm going to move this computer out of the way so we can weigh this package. Yeah, so like I said, I got these CDs for free. And let's see, that was just a few days ago. May 29th, I listed this right away. I'm gonna write on here CD. Probably don't need to do all this when I just have 2 packages, but better safe than sorry. I don't want to mix up any packages. 9x7 by 1. And the buyer's initials are NJ. I think both of these packages are going to Florida today, I suspect. Okay, the next one, this beer sign. I didn't know if this would sell because I didn't see a lot of sales history on this exact sign. I think one of these pizza boxes will probably work. I probably could just sandwich this between two pieces of cardboard, but the buyer did pay $51 for it, so let's see if we can't give it a little bit of extra protection. I think what I'm going to do is make this pizza box. These are the pizza boxes I usually use for drum heads. I think I'm going to put this together. Whoops, and then get a little smaller one. Oh, come on. I might use a smaller one to go inside for extra padding. There is quite a bit of, I mean, this thing is very thin, like, you know, tin. It's like not even a millimeter thick. And these boxes are about 1.5 inches deep. But I have this one that I was messing around with yesterday. And I tore it a little bit, so I don't necessarily want to use it right away. I mean, I don't want to use it for something important. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. I'm just going to cut off a couple sides of this and try to, basically I'm just making a sandwich. I'm going to put 2 flaps of this and fold it over like that. Cut off these flaps. So I don't think I have to cut off too much to make it small enough to fit inside that other box, the one I just put together. I just put a new blade on here last night, so it's cutting pretty good. Get kind of used to a dull blade. Then when you switch to a new one, it's shocking how fast and sharp it is. Okay, this I'm just gonna stick it in there like that, and then put a couple of pieces of bubble wrap around it. I think I'll go ahead and tape it closed like a package. Okay, let's put some paper in here. Call this thing done. Okay, this looks a little crazy right now, but it's gonna all fit together here in a second. think. There we go. I got this sign and some other beer signs from a local online auction house. And then I had to just drive to some guy's house to pick it up. And I paid a little bit more for it than I would have liked. I think it was like $22 for this one. $22.15 I paid for this one. I got maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 items from this same guy. One was another beer sign, or Angry Orchard cider sign that lights up. This one I thought was worth about $75, and then it wasn't. I couldn't. It's very strange on eBay. Sometimes you find perfect comps for whatever it is you're trying to research to price, and then you go back later and you cannot find that exact same item again. So I don't know if that's part of the eBay algorithm hiding stuff for me that I'm looking for, or what exactly is going on. But it's especially frustrating when you're out in the field and you're looking things up on your phone, and then you get home and try to find the exact same thing and you can't find it. So anyway, I thought this was worth a little bit more. I can't remember if I paid $22 for it or if I just averaged out the cost of everything that I bought that day. But I also bought a camera from that guy, and by the time I got it home and tested it, I realized it was broken, didn't work. So that's something I'm going to have to just sell for parts and hopefully just get my money back on it. This I paid $22 for, and I sold it for $51. So it's not going to be a huge profit. Maybe $25 or $30. Probably maybe $22. We'll find out in a second. After I print the labels, we'll know exactly how much money we made. Okay, almost done. But I wasn't sure if this would sell at all because like I said, comps went weird on me once I started really doing the research. Okay, I'm not even gonna write on there what it is, just the weight. 1 pound 15, that's 2 pounds. I know this is 20. I think this is 20. Yeah, 20 by 20 by 2, and it's going to HN. I don't even remember what kind of beer this is. This was a Red Hook Brewing India Pale Ale. Okay, let's get these labels bought. How long is this video going to be tonight? Less than 20 minutes, I hope. Let's see. All right, let's do this quickly then. Okay, my eBay. I go to my eBay, then I'm going to go to my own link that I created for myself because eBay took all the good links away to the bulk shipping tool. There's a little box on your my eBay seller hub that you can make your own shortcuts in by clicking this little gear icon. But once you do it, you can put whatever you want in there. All of this stuff is in there by default, and I just put this bulk shipping link on here because there was a perfect link up there and then eBay took it away. I don't know why. Okay, this is 2 pounds. This says 2 pounds 1 ounce. That's how much the buyer was charged. It only actually weighs 2 pounds, so this should be a little bit cheaper than what they paid. This should be a little cheaper for me. Whoops, 3, 2, and they paid Okay, yeah, $8.98 is how much it's costing to ship, and they paid like $11. So total profit on that sign, $22.97. So less than I even thought. Okay, next. This CD, this is going to be very, very low value, very low profit too. This is 6 ounces, 9 by 7 by 1. And it's medium mail, so $4.63. The buyer paid $5.10. So we earned $8.39. So right now we've earned $31.36 today. So we got to get fewer of these $30 days and more of these $129 days in order to keep our average daily profit up. Because right now we're below $100 again because of this low sales day. $76.77. This feels like what was happening in May, and I suspect it's just going to keep going this way through June and maybe July. Okay, let's purchase these labels. There's a little warning right here that says USPS is having some problems right now, so hopefully that doesn't mess with my label printing or purchasing. Boy, they really make you press a lot of buttons in order to print some labels. So here they come. I'm not sure why I can't just say print and then they print, but that's how it goes. Okay, thank you for the purchase, HN, and thank you for the purchase, NSJ. Okay, these will go out tomorrow with the post office. I'm going to put a request in. You want to see me do it? I'm going to do it right now. Schedule a pickup. This is not a business address. Put my name and address in, and then you click check availability. It's going to ask you, is there a dog? We do have a dog. He doesn't cause any trouble to the mail carrier. Select the location on the porch. That's where I always leave them. Choose a time. You can either have a pickup during regular mail delivery, or you can ask them to pick up from your house at a certain date and time, and then they charge you money to do that. In this case, it says $26.50. I don't know if that's always the cost or if it changes. Then I'm going to choose tomorrow. That's the date. It asks you how many packages. Ground Advantage. Most of them are Ground Advantage. I usually overestimate and it doesn't cause any problems. So right now I have 1 Ground Advantage, 1 medium mail. So the medium mail would fall under other right here. I'm going to put 2 under there, and I'm going to put 4 here just in case any sales come in overnight. I don't know if I said there's going to be 2 and I put out 4, if the carrier would not take them, but I feel like that happened to me before, so I always just overestimate how many packages I'm going to put out there, and it never causes any trouble. I'm hoping that the carrier gets paid by the number of packages, and if I put in 4 when I'm really shipping 2, that she gets paid a little extra. I don't know if that's how it works, but maybe it is. These packages are pretty light, so I'm going to estimate the weight at 5 pounds. I'm going to say they do not contain any hazardous materials, and I'm going to say I understand the terms and conditions, and then I'm going to schedule a pickup. So after this, I'll get an email that says we've received your request for pickup, and then once the carrier picks up the packages, I'll get another email saying my request was completed. So I do this for basically 4 days a week. And then some of the other days a week, I go to the post office myself just to keep my presence known there. They're nice people, and I like to see them and say hello to them. So, okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. These will go out on the porch tomorrow, and then hopefully we'll be back tomorrow night with another packing video. Bye.